How are we doing, guys? Moose here, Season 1, Episode 2 of our West Ham United career mode, and I am really excited to get underway with some games in this episode. Obviously, in the beginning here, we're just going to get some scouting out of the way. Obviously, if you want to pause it, take a look at some different players that either I have brought up or with my scout instructions that he has brought up, and I think there's a couple that we actually added to maybe not necessarily the short list, but at least they're being scouted further, and we'll see what we can get out of them. Obviously, some notes here going forward regarding my ego, obviously with Carroll and whatever else brought in. Obviously, Carroll's the starter, so I'm not sure really where that article comes from. But we get into our friendlies here with Braunschweig. A great start for us. Kevin Nolan and Andy Carroll both get on the score sheet, as well as a penalty from Kevin Nolan that gives us a 3-1 victory. So a great start to the season. Obviously, we're just going to simulate through the friendlies. Not too worried about them going forward. Maiga worried about his starting place, blah, blah, blah. So he's going to get a game here just to give him some time in the team. Obviously, we just want to hope we don't get any injuries in these early matches. I'm just simulating. Didn't want to mess with letting players in, but nice to see Maiga and Downing, one of our new signings, get on the score sheet. So we're just going to go through here. We also have a simulation against Bastia to start it off with the same line. I believe Maiga in there again, and he gets another goal as well as Kevin Nolan. So Kevin Nolan really off to a good start to the season. Hopefully he can carry some of that form into the regular campaign. But as you can see, we get a note from the board that they want us to avoid relegation like they had said before, which is obviously I want to achieve more than that, but that is clearly the main objective. I want to finish no lower than 10th. I want to finish somewhere in the 8th range. Better if we can even do that. I think we have the quality up front to be able to do that as long as our back line can hold up and we don't get too many injuries. But look at that. First game of the season. Can't wait to do it. We're going to be running a 4-2-3-1 here as we host Premier League new boys Cardiff City. Just promoted, obviously, to the Premier League this season, and really excited to get the home fans into this one and hopefully come out with a victory. We take a look at our line. We have Adrian in there in that starting goal, Demel, Reed, Tompkins, and Rat at the back, Noble and Diami in the holding roles, Downing and Jarvis on the wings, Nolan up front in the cam position, and Andy Carroll leading the line. So really that's the top line we can put out there at this moment, but really slow game, to be honest. A nice save from Adrian. Not a slow game necessarily, but Cardiff were fantastic at the back. Really composed in that we dominated play to start off, but they were just clearing everything out because we were crossing the ball and looking for Carroll to start off the game, and they were clearing everything away. And Much with the goal. Jordan Much to start off the campaign in a terrible way for us. Cardiff get the opening goal. Really against the run of play, to be honest. Obviously, the two highlights you've seen so far are Cardiff attacks, but to be honest, these were the kind of plays we had been going. Jarvis whipping the ball, and Andy Carroll with a great attempt and a great save from the Cardiff goalkeeper, Marshall, as Carroll had a fantastic attempt. Nolan here plays the ball into Matt Jarvis. He's really used his pace on the outside. That's something I love to see, why I wanted pace in my wingers. Great ball into Carroll. Another volley as that is blocked, and we'll head into halftime. Or excuse me, it's a corner here in the 40th minute. Completely wrong here. Tompkins puts a header wide. A great chance. Downing now on the right side. Plays the ball in for Kevin Nolan. Turns his defender with a nice little fake shot there. Has a shot and a great save from the goalkeeper yet again. But like I said, Jarvis, I love the pace on the wings. Jarvis with 91 sprint speed, I believe, which is just fantastic. As compared to Downing with, I think, 79 sprint speed or something. I would love to have a little bit more pace just to get players around those fullbacks and get crosses in. As Andy Carroll puts one in the goal there, but he's adjudged correctly, of course, to be just a little bit offside. So that will send us into halftime down 1-0, which is really disappointing because we dominated play. I think if you see the stats, it's 59% possession for us in that first half, which was just fantastic. But we'll kick it off here, hopefully look to get something going. Downing working out on the right side, plays the ball forward to Mark Noble, lays it on to Guy Demel, gets around the fullback with a great bit of strength, plays the ball in. Andy Carroll has opened the scoring. West Ham have opened their account, and Carroll with a goal on his full debut as a Hammer. Obviously, a lone player from Liverpool last season, but now as a member of West Ham United fully, comes in and gets a beautiful headed goal on a wonderful cross from Guy Demel. And then Mohamed Diame plays the ball out wide to Jarvis. Gets a little bit of space there. Turns inside the field. Great little bit of skill to get around the center back. And a very nice save from the Cardiff City goalkeeper, as Jarvis really having a fantastic performance here to open the season. Campbell now with a chance, but this is why I wanted to show off some stout defending. Look at us just getting tackles in left and right. Really good defending by the team. Demel showing some strength there. We can't get the ball back, but once again, a nice tackle. Demel with a really good game at the back. Noble here strong, and we finally clear the ball away with Winston Reid. So some really good play. Demel with a nice job. Plays a little bit of a 1-2 with Stuart Downing here on the right side. Gets across just in, and Carroll with his second of the game in the 62nd minute. Another header from Andy Carroll. He is just going to be a continuous threat up front with how strong he is in the air. A brilliant header from Andy Carroll, and puts us on the front foot with a 2-1 advantage, which was really coming, to be honest. We had dominated this match. As you can see, the score 8-2 shots. Nolan's played through from Andy Carroll, and a really good save from the keeper yet again. He had a fantastic game, to be honest. Kevin Nolan was really great in that role right behind Andy Carroll. And look at this ball from Matty Jarvis. Plays it through for Nolan, and surely this has to be a penalty in the 81st minute. Absurd how they bring down Kevin Nolan. But we get Vaste, Cole, and Morrison on as substitutes. Ravel Morrison with his debut in the Premier League for West Ham. So fantastic to see. Adrian with the save, and that leads us to a 2-1 victory. So 3 points. Great way to start off the season with 2 Andy Carroll goals. 56% possession. We really dominated them, and Andy Carroll puts in a man of the match performance with an 8.2 rating. So fantastic to see. And Demel worked really well with 2 assists from that right fullback position, getting forward fantastically. He actually worked well. Downing had a really solid game and worked well with Demel, which I was happy with, obviously. Talked about in the opening episode that Downing could be on his way out if he doesn't play well, but if he does play well, then that's all the better for us. But now we take a trip to St. James's Park in Newcastle to take on Newcastle United, obviously, and we'll see the lineups here. They have some great class up front with Remy, Cisse, Ben Arfa going forward, Sissoko, who you'll remember was fantastic for us in our career mode last season, brought him in season 1, and we're going with the same starting lineup because they had all played really, really well, and we get off to a nice start here. Demel plays the ball into Downing, puts it back to Guy Demel, and he's going to pick up his 3rd assist as Kevin Nolan with a sublime finish. 9th minute, side foots it in off the post, and that is just a beautiful goal. Demel puts in a nice cross. Nolan finds himself unmarked, and what a great finish. Nothing the Newcastle keeper could do there. But in the 10th minute, Newcastle goes close with a nice flicked on header from Cabai that eluded anyone at the back post and thankfully just went inches wide. But Newcastle here with another chance as Ben Arfa puts a header right over the top of goal, and they really were on top of us in this game. Ben Arfa with another chance here, plays the ball in. It's a bit of a cock up from Winston Reid as it plays off his chest right to the feet of Loic Remy, who's not going to miss from there. Good finish. You can see Ben Arfa plays the ball, and Winston Reid Demel, actually takes it off the chest, and Remy is able to finish it there. From a corner later in the 45th minute, ball comes back to Cabai, and Colaccini heads it in at the near post. So some disappointing defending, really, on a couple goals that I think were readily preventable. But, you got to give it to Newcastle. They finished when they had the opportunity. So they go into halftime with a 2-1 advantage. But 58th minute here, Jarvis picks up the ball after a knock-on from Andy Carroll, plays it out wide to Kevin Nolan, uses pace, got a lot of room opening up, and he decides, instead of playing it back to the back post for Carroll, takes a shot at the near post, and Krul's able to push it away. Ratnan plays the ball in, and Newcastle clears everything up. We make a couple substitutions. We're going to bring on Joe Cole and Ravel Morrison for Downing and Diame. Downing, in this particular instance, did not have a very good performance. I think he ends up with a 5.8 rating something. But we get caught out at the back here. Winston Reid caught too far forward, and it allows Loic Remy to get behind him for a simple finish past the on-rushing Adrian. But now in the 88th minute, Joe Cole with some great work. Carroll puts a header and it's just deflected over. Joe Cole, really nice bit of fresh air as he comes on and has a good solid performance as a substitute for us here. But Noble ranging forward, plays the ball out wide to Ravel Morrison. Great little turn to get around Davide Santon. Great play. Morrison has a strike from way outside and a really nice save from Cole. The ball's put out. Cole heads it back into danger and a simple turn and finish from Mark Noble to bring us back to within 1, 3-2. Great effort, way to stay with it from Joe Cole to head it back into the danger area, and Noble with a simple side-footed, left-footed finish. Great goal, but unfortunately the referee blows the full-time whistle just after that, and it's a little bit too late for us as we lose 3-2. But some good signs of resilience from the team in that, but obviously just some slack defending that we will look to readjust as we dominate possession 55%, and Nolan actually put in a man of the match performance. But we're going to get to our final game of this episode against home to Stoke City, a game that if we want to be pushing in the top 10, top 8, this is a game we're going to have to win, and we're going to have to get past a Stoke team that they bring in a new manager who wants to play a little bit not the typical Stoke physicality game. A little more beautiful football, but that said, they're always a team that's really resolute at the back. And we make a few changes. Morrison gets his first start. We bring in Collison as well, and James Collins at the back. But really excited to see what Ravel Morrison can do, as he is such a great young talent for West Ham. And we want to be able to use him. We can use him in an array of roles. He's a center midfielder, but I like playing him in a right attacking midfield role. He also plays well in that cam role. But we start off here, a great tackle in. Andy Carroll picks up the ball, plays it to Marky Noble, who plays a great ball over the top to Morrison, comes in, takes a touch, and bang, top left corner, Ravel Morrison, welcome to the club. Brilliant goal in the 2nd minute as we already take the opener. Morrison with a great touch to get past his man, and then blast a finish into the top corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do there as he put the pace, he put the accuracy, and it's a beautiful goal. But Stoke, in the 4th minute, literally just on the ensuing kickoff after the goal, Ryan Shawcroft gets on the end of a corner, and that's where Stoke are dangerous, are from set pieces, and that is a brilliant finish to make it 1-1. But Ravel Morrison gets on the end of the ball again, plays it over the top to Nolan, and it's his 2nd goal of the season candidate in just 3 games. An unbelievable finish, one touch, and a brilliant chip over the on-rushing goalkeeper. This is just unbelievable. The outside of the foot chip that just goes right into the top left corner. Brilliant, and it gives us a 2-1 lead. But Ravel Morrison getting on the end of the ball again, plays it to Demel, knocks it right back to Ravel Morrison into space, plays it to the back post, and Andy Carroll with his 3rd of the campaign. A brilliant header. Great ball at the back post, and Ravel Morrison has been a part of every goal thus far and is just having a fantastic game. Nolan now gets the ball in the middle of the field, ends up on the feet of Mark Noble, finds his way to Matt Jarvis, and a brilliant finesse shot into the bottom corner. Great piece of skill from Matt Jarvis to cut inside of his defender, and a simple finish. Doesn't try to power it, just puts the accuracy on it into that bottom corner. And surely a shocker here, 4 goals against a Stoke defense that just was all over the place at the back, and some really classy finishes. Jarvis with a great finish, Nolan with that chip, and Morrison with the absolutely powerful shot to open the scoring. 73rd minute now, brought on a couple substitutes. Vazte and Maiga literally had just been substituted in the last minute or two. Maiga ends up playing the ball forward to Kevin Nolan, chips it back, and a brilliant volleyed finish from Modibo Maiga in the 74th minute. Kevin Nolan played a beautiful ball to him in space, and instead of touching it, just blasts it with the left foot. That's his strong foot, and he's going to hammer that in. It's a fantastic finish. Good to see him get on the score sheet after really struggling in the second half of the last Premier League campaign, and a 5-1 dominating victory. Stoke's only shot on target was their goal, 56% possession, and Ravel Morrison with a 9.6 man of the match performance, despite even being substituted. Fantastic to see from him, and really everyone played fantastically. And that will be it for this episode, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it and can't wait to get this moving for you in the next episode. We'll see you then, guys. Bye-bye. Be sure to leave some feedback.